Okay, so this is the list our opponent was running. I do like the 3 Faceless Haven version. So basically you're kind of playing this like tempo game plan with your opponent. Sideboard, I got 1 red cap for the mirror. I think it's prevalent enough in the meta. Soul Guide for graveyard decks, some negates. I want to try a Graven Lore to see how that plays out in these controller matchups. I think this can be a good card draw spell. But we'll give it a shot. Really what we're trying to do here is use the mana from Goldspan Dragon to have any number of counter spells available to protect it and kind of jank them out that way there. Every game tonight's been, you can get 90% of the way there and then no luck. Sorry, I'm just keeping an eye out if my dog's acting up. I think this hand's fine. Opponent goes first. Hey, Sheep Black, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it nonetheless. Exactly, Ivanian. Sometimes the YouTube algorithms I don't get, or like the comments, but it is. Okay, so they are on Teamer. I think that's fine. Really, Genesis is what I want to counter here in this matchup. I don't think this is going to do too much. I'd like a threat. We have a lot of good permission here. This matchup should actually be pretty good. The fact we have counter spells, we just need to time it. Disdainful Stroke hits all their meaningful stuff. So this is actually pretty good because I have my counter spell here, and if I don't, then I get to behold the multiverse. We can deal with the shark next turn. Not too concerned with that. So they are on the shark version, so they do have some counter spells. So Frostbite deals 3 if you control 3 snow permanents. Faceless Haven will act as that one. So they can counter this if they waste a counter here. I'm actually okay with that. Okay, so Saw It Coming's actually a nice one as well. So I think the way our hand's shaping up, what we want to do here is foretell Saw It Coming. And then just Frostbite this, and then have the negate. Giving him that bad voodoo. So the reason I didn't jam Goldspan there is if they had a counter spell, it was a little bit of a bad beats for us. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want to get to 7 mana to protect. Hey Crimson, if you actually do decks, it should pull up my cardboard live. So we'll just do that. I can flash this in if need be. They can Bone Crusher it. I don't care. Jun did not go over well. Jun got... I started 5-0 and ended 5-3. The deck we're playing now just absolutely destroys it. And I don't know. We kept getting like almost there. And then the opponent just had like the perfect answer to us each part of the way. That's fine. So I can go Bone Crusher here, but then that takes me off 2 counters. I want to hit another land. I'll still work on Jun. I just want to test out a couple different decks now. Give this a couple games, then depending on how long we go, might do a couple games of Mardoom. Probably throw 2 damage to their face, worst case. Patience is probably key in this matchup. I want to be able to hold up 2 counter spells. These Essence Scatter will be a clean answer to the Giant. So normally you'd want a threat in play when you're doing all this. Jaffer, appreciate the sub. How's it going? Jun did not go over well. Are you streaming tonight? So now we can have 2 counters up, which is nice. 0-3. Tuesdays are night off. Well, appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I played the tempo, played against the deck we're playing now. Opponent crushed us. So I can go another gold span here. It's probably fine. They try to play into Ugin. I get a lot of mana doing this. They can go Big Shark here. Sure. I would love an extra token. Second into the Royal. Think we use our mana here. So I'm using this mana. No! Oh my god. Why did it tap like that? Should have doubled the mana. I don't know why it did a single pip there. They might have counterspell here. That's fine. But I still had one in play. It should have allowed me to double the mana. I just want to keep up all my mana now. I have Saw coming for 2. Yeah. I could just flash and Borrower if needed. I also have Essence Scatter for this. Let's go full cost here. Oh, I messed that up. Okay. Thank you. Good to know for the interface. Guess I technically missed lethal there if I did the 2 mana one and Flash and Borrower. But I think between Sock coming, Disdainful Stroke, and Essence Scatter, we have this covered. Did it right this time. Alright. Learning curve with the deck. In this matchup, I think I want the Graven Lore. We want the negates. Soulseer doesn't do too much. Red Cap also probably doesn't do too much. They're on Shark. Actually, Soulseer might not be too... probably not even wanting it, right? Just keep this and just play like full out tempo. Instead of Frostbite, let's just play a Soulseer. Hits for at least 5 to hit walkers. I don't ever want to tap out really with this deck. Should expect more counters out of them. The way this meta is going, I think like 4 Disdainful Strokes in the 75 might be right. Like, it just seems the most effective answer to so much of what's going on. Alright, Steve to the Izzo. The big thing is we took game 1, so we get to be on the play if there's a game 3. It's probably fine. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it yet. It's the, like, Vagarok one, right? I kind of want to... No, I don't think we negate here. I meant to Google it. Have you tried it out at all? Hardcast Bone Crusher. Let's race, homie. Okay, so that might be reason to keep in a couple. Yeah, drop it in the Discord. I'll check them out after. We're just going to go through like a bunch of different decks, see what works out. Underworld Ragehound. Attacks each turn to Fable. Exile 3 other cards. Soulseer's good. Don't think we want Brazen here. Probably just... I'm not attacking with this Faceless anytime soon, so just do this. I really just want Negate up. Fine offering this trade. I don't think negating there is right. We can start attacking in with this. This was something I was considering in the sideboard as well instead of Phoenix for monsters, just because it hits harder and it could go through a crab. And Howling Mines, thank you for the raid. Welcome everyone from Howling Mines' stream. We are currently kicking our tires at some Izzet. Those in chat, if you haven't checked out Howling Mines, another great streamer. I go shields down for the turn to get it out. But this is a Genesis turn, so that's fine. How did Teamer Monsters go? Jun Monsters didn't do too hot tonight. Appreciate it nonetheless, though. Those of you coming over from Howling Mine stream, I'm at MTG Joe. Stream a handful of games or days a week. Do a lot of YouTube content as well. Okay, so double dispute, kind of annoying. I got this to back it up. I'm just gonna hold up double counters this turn. Coma's really sweet. Quick, thank you for the follow. Appreciate the support. Okay, so we do want the Storm's Wrath after this game. Brazen's nice. will do. Get some sleep. Yeah, so we need to change our board plan. This is Fort Escape. That's fine. So that's gonna start beating us in the race. But I can trade with the Bone Crusher. Okay, that's not good. Okay, that helps. So we'll animate this. Another. Makes it a tad awkward. Also means I can't bounce and play out one this turn. Cards in graveyard 3, so it can escape back. Okay, I think we just need to try to go tempo plan. Yeah, we misboarded. They brought in a lot more creatures and we played a more tempo control game. Okay, well, that makes things a bit easier. So they can't kill us yet. Even with the 7, we know 1 card in hand. So we just don't even block here. Because no matter what they play, we have counters. Got him. Misboarded, but we got the win. I kind of like those Hellhounds. Because one of the big things is it helps play around Extinction Event, even in our deck. Because right now, all our threats are even. Or sorry, odd. Like we're playing Ox. Which provides some utility, but it's another odd creature, and it's not something we're really going to be tapping out for 5. Let's try out those. I've liked that tech. Notably, it gets hit by Stomp, but so does Phoenix. It attacks through the rogue stuff better. Alright. 1-0 Frosty Dragons. How's everybody doing in chat today? We had started things off with some Jund monsters, basically a shell of Bone Crusher, Questing Beast, Phoenix, and Vorinclex with the Binding of the Gods saga, something of that name. So the best thing to do with this deck is be on the play. Volatile Fjord. John Mankier. How you doing today? Let's give him a hello. So we got to try to find a deck for the MIQ. So we're going to go through a couple of the decks here, see how they are. For standard, qualified in historic actually with a mono red splash black burn with Scourge of the whatevers. I have not tried it out. Personally, I just don't enjoy... Well, I'll try out Rumties, because it's not food. I don't like playing food. Have you tried out Rumties list? What's different about Kaldheim Darks? Another Shambler's fine. Okay, well, they're going super wide on us this game. Hey Simster, if you do exclamation decks, it'll pull up all my lists there. Probably want another blue here. So this turn's probably stomp something, potentially bounce something with the ability to hold up negate. Killing the use now is pretty good. So they're, if this is Rumty's list, they're playing Sock Cumming's not bad. Can bounce whatever they play or negate, which I think is fine as well. Oh, not sure why you're popping up there. They can't really use anything like ram through here. This looks like this doesn't look like Rumty's list. He was playing. He wasn't playing the Crawling Barons. If they do this, probably taking the damage this turn. Come on. Vorinclex. Time Walk. Frostbite's also nice. So just play this out. Blocks these, so it kind of keeps them back. If they go Vorinclex again, we just counter it with Saw It Coming. If they go Barons, then I block it. If they don't play anything, I just Brazen Borrower. Putting a good clock on the opponent here. We're not going to attack in with the Bone Crusher. It's doing a good job of stonewalling these, and they could just make these bigger. Okay, so they're dead. Does this triple? No. This is fine. We're trading the Bone Crusher for their land. And here I just counter Vorinclex. Can you foretell at instant speed? Okay, so Shredded Sails, Soulseer, Storm's Wrath, Dragonfire. I think we do cut the negates in this matchup. On the play, we probably cut a couple, saw it coming. This can get big enough to block some stuff. Trim a Borrower. That can also block some stuff. So we're basically just trying to get rid of their stuff in the air. Probably want to be more tempo-y on. Shredded Sails, they just have Henge. Yeah, I gotta look into that. I think we trim a Bone Crusher just because these deal more damage. Now we're bringing in Storm's Wrath and trim one Shark on the play. Shark or Behold? I think they're... Let's try it like this. It prompted in the like options, but we'll see how it goes. This deck could definitely steal wins. I do not like this hand. Okay, sounds better. Oh, not great, but better. No one drop? Of course. It's not a bad one to have. Gives us a play 2 and then Seer on 3. Well, that gives us a turn on 4, and that can draw us into 5. So our hand's pretty much shaping up like this now. So new plan might be Shark, depending on what they play. Thank you. Brazen Borrower is great. Lets me bounce Vorinclex if they play it this turn. If not, we just play Typhoon for 2. Red mana here. If they want to use a fight spell here, they're more than welcome. They might have like Run Afoul. Because we don't have negates. Or like we don't have a 2 mana answer in terms of counter spells. We're going to wait on the Goldspan Dragon. I can't protect it. If they want to do this, I have Soulseer. Because this turn is just going to be make a 3/3. If they play something that I want to bounce, then I'll bounce. But otherwise, a point of damage a turn isn't going to win this race. Don't want to bounce these. They get a token anyways. Not a bad follow-up. Not a bad follow-up. Not quite the lands we wanted, but... So they can make this a 6, to which we can't bounce, but then I flash this in, that's 6, 8, 12 damage. So what we might do, because that's 6. Okay, so they make that 6. They make that a 6. They attack me, that's puts me down to 7. If I bounce one, it doesn't really help this turn, so I think we're taking, playing Goldspan, attacking, and then holding up Brazen Borrower. Note this can't target lands. Just get this out of the way. So if they have like Vorinclex, I can bounce it. I also have the Soulseer in a pinch, but just using this as a blocker. A little bit risky. This needs 4 to escape. But this might just be enough. One thing I should have done in retrospect, if they have Ram through, that might be it. It's no longer a land. They would have done under. They would have been at 8. They would have had enough. So they should have played around the line there, because the only thing that beats them there is Brazen Borrower Bounce. Deck sweet. Alright, friendship ended with Vorinclex. We a dragon family now. Let's crack a pack. Got the coins. How's everybody doing this evening? What goodies did we get? Maskwood. Let's see. Let's run one more. Were you going to add black to it, Jaffer? I know you were mentioning that during your stream. That's probably fine. Go behold onto. Sorry, give me one sec. I think against Gruul, just negate's not going to be. Don't think you necessarily want to stretch the mana base that much. If you're going to do Abzan, then you're better off just playing like a Yorion pile with Doom. Need a haircut? I guess is Croaky's Naya or something like that. So they wisely did that. Gonna have to try to race here, but our hand's not really set up to race well. Just throw this down. They can set up Ooze and Stomp, which is pretty backbreaking. Yeah, game 1, you're usually a little bit weaker to these aggro decks, especially if they're on the play, with only Frostbite and Bone Crusher. While the Brazen Borrowers, okay, so they don't have Stomp at least. So Naya Adventures. They threw out a bone. Like this seems kind of premature with the Giant Killer. I can trade with the Ooze here. With the Shark Typhoon. Or I can try to get a draw and get Blizzard's Brawl. I think we just do this trade-off. If they want to tap it down and spend 2 mana, I'm fine with that. They're going to lose this. I take 4. If they don't, then I hit them for 7, and I hold up negate, which isn't great. Okay, we got the frostbite. Does this spell or ability? No, just spell. Hit him with could see Scald here. Could they usually... they might be playing Henge. Some numbers. Cleave is something to be mindful of. I actually don't think this turn we play this out, because they can just tap it down. Kind of want to hit a land. It's risky though. Okay, so I think what we do, start by attacking. Because I'm not guaranteed the right color mana, and this just taps down my okay, it's not great, but we are gonna frostbite here. Nope, we are gonna negate. Okay, so they're without white mana now. We're just never going to draw mana. Is this how this game's going to go? So what are my outs? I can't afford to just like not draw land. So I'm going to kill this. Let him attack with both. We missed lands too many turns. Yeah, I'm dead. Not show them anymore. There's no like sequence of draws I can really get. We needed to hit a land earlier. Okay, so bring in those, bring in Soul Seers, bring in Storm's Wrath. Ivanian, appreciate the subscription. How's it going? So the flying's not bad, but I think we want to have like the removal and then just win off these dragons. Like they have maybe we get rid of Shark Typhoon, play the Borrowers. Just play like those as your win conditions. 2 cards to cut. Disdainful Stroke, probably the worst. I appreciate it nonetheless. Alrighty. Let's not have them drop all their 1-drops and us just never hit a 5th land. I think there, if we get the 5th land, we can play it. We didn't really have an opportunity to play the draw 2. We couldn't keep our shields down. In case we're on plot 2, so we're afforded a loss. I think this is a keep. I'm going to play the mountain out because I want to frostbite an edge wall if they have it. This hand's much better suited for what the opponent can throw out. So I'm playing this out this turn just because we still have frostbite out, and that makes it so we don't have to take 3. And then that way I have flexibility in future turns to potentially play 2 spells if needed. So here I think what we do, take the 1, see what they play out. So let's just kill this now. Not let them get the draw. Not sure what's happening this game with us just never being able to draw our land. This would have been a very good turn to be able to behold. We may need to save this Brazen to bounce this, or at least control like the 1-drops they draw. Okay, so that shuts off Bone Crusher. Lands. Thank you. It's a pretty good turn because if they go Scald, I have the negate. Into the Royal's actually a card that we should probably consider for here. The fact we could bounce our own stuff. And we get treasure tokens from targeting our own gold span. Okay, so they miss land. Really wish that was an untapped land. Untapped land lets us Bone Crusher there. Kind of want to keep this for like a giant killer. And obviously don't want to bounce Love Struck. We're going to keep Essence Scatter. Okay, now that's something we need to negate. Too much card advantage. I'm actually going to hold this in hand. Damage off this could be relevant. If we can get 8 mana. Kill the 2 Love Struck. So in this game here, like the opponent's played out spells, but the adventure package is still busted. If they just go Love Struck, we let it resolve. Obviously, we don't have an answer to Scald. Really just don't want to see Giant Killer or ECD. I think we get rid of that. Just control their board here. Behold is sweet. So let's foretell this. Play out Bone Crusher, and then we have Brazen Borrower to bounce something if needed. If not, we just Behold the Multiverse. Plays around that way. Yeah, this deck's kind of more my pace. I don't know. I liked what the Jund deck was doing, and Valky's awesome. It's just we weren't able to get anything with it. Like I said, I started 5-0 and I was killing it, but at this point, a bunch of people in the Discord played it. They couldn't win. And Jaffer played it. Yesterday, I think he went 0-3. My wife actually made that one. I think we keep a Bone Crusher and then just drop Frosty Food. How's it feeling right now, Jaffer? We're in a good spot here. First match. Feels like food so far. So every match goes 45 minutes, win or lose. I feel like, all right. Opponents had enough. Negates on the play are actually not too bad. Instead of a Behold. I think I like that. Yeah, if you have experience with it, then go for it. Shadow Spear might be something, but everybody's on Gem Razors now. I was going to say Shadow Spear just to push through damage in the matchup. Is food good against Doom? Doom. Esper, Abzan, whatever you're in flavor of the week. Because I feel like with Apparition and Doom, they have clean answers to your Wolf. Well, Naked Eddie's going to go away. Apparition's pretty sweet. That's actually a really good draw. Do this on their turn. This lets me double spell this turn. Well, now this game's gonna go to shits. So I think this turn we are frostbiting something and then bouncing the henge back to hand. And then countering it on the way back. We didn't have the mana to hold up a counter spell there. So we take some damage there. It's not the best play. So bounce henge to hand. Problem is now we're taking damage. Should have let the trigger come in, let them draw a card, and then done it. Yeah. Storm's Wrath? Not Storm's Wrath. It's a problem. Playing from behind here. This matchup's really just going to be whoever kind of gets out ahead. Oh no! Ah shit, I lost. I tapped wrong. I can't counter the henge.